Introduction to Astro trading. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Dylan. This is a new concept here at Forex Investors Alliance. Now, what we're going to be touching up on is how the lunar cycles affect the market participants, how the moon actually affects each and every one of us. So I'm sure you guys have heard of these things, these concepts already. Maybe you've heard somebody talk about astro trading, or um, or maybe you've heard someone call someone a lunatic. A lunatic. Lunar cycles, a lunatic. It's when, it's their time of day. They get crazy because it's a full moon, or it's a new moon. It's hidden in our language, these things. The truth is hidden in our language, and we don't even see it because it's right in front of us, yet we don't bother to look. But how do the lunar cycles affect us? All right, there's a lot of scientific evidence that the 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 lunar phases, or the moon, the full moon, and the new moon is what we're going to be focusing on in this video. What I'm going to be doing is charting out the new moon and the full moon cycles in correlation with their dates on the chart. And I'm going to be doing this in front of you guys so you can see. Maybe I'm a lunatic, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I do believe there is a correlation between the moon, the stars, the celestial orbs, which some people call planets, but we'll get onto that in later videos. I plan on going very, very much in depth on this subject because it's all intertwined with a lot of crazy occult information and whatnot. But I don't want to steer off track. Hopefully I can get a good foundation for this video series, and these series of videos that I'm going to be starting up. So, new moon and the full moon. We're going to be charting these cycles, like I said. That's the new moon, and this is going to be the full moon. But as we know, a full moon is very bright. So, this is our key. This is what we're going to look for. And I'm going to use an external app. I'm using an app on my phone to look at the lunar phases, so I don't have to go in and out on here. But just so you guys can see that I'm not lying to you guys, that it's actually working, you might wanna, if you're skeptical, you might wanna pull up a lunar phase calendar and then look at the lunar phases yourself. Whoops. And see that I'm not lying about these dates. So, let's start with gold. Now, excuse me, I'm going to go on my app and see the last day the day we had a new moon was actually September 20th. So today is actually the 21st. It was a new moon in Libra. If you know anything about zodiac or astrology, you know that the stars also affect how we, our personality, and the zodiacs are kind of like a template to each person's personality. There's 12 specific different personalities or zodiacs, but that's going a little bit off course. Here we can see new moon on the 20th. Here is the 20th, and the new moon lasted all day. Alright, we'll mark the new moon right here on the 20th. And what do you notice? It was in this consolidation area, but at a new moon, there was quite a bit of volatility that day. It's the same day. You can see down here. If you look down here, 2017-09-20. It's still the 20th. Still the 20th. Now it's the 21st. But you'll see that the volatility lasts for quite some time. Now, what is the next date? I believe it is every 15 trading days, and the next lunar cycle occurs. So the next one, or the previous one, the last one, was a full moon in Pisces, September 6th. September 6th. We have a new moon in Pisces. If you don't know what Pisces is, it's a zodiac symbol. Alright. Next one, we have a new moon in Virgo, August 21st, 2017. New moon in Virgo, August 21st. If you know what also happened this day, there was also the solar eclipse. So a lot of activity in the sky happening. There was a new moon on the 6th. Excuse me, a new moon on the 21st, and a solar eclipse as well. Okay. Next cycle is a full moon in Aquarius, August 7th. full moon. Next, we have a new moon, July 23rd, a new moon in Leo. Now, the zodiacs that I'm saying, for example, Leo, Virgo, you don't really have to pay attention to these right now. Just pay attention to the new moon and full moon cycles. But if you want to study up on astrology and learn about some of the concepts that I'm talking about, it would not hurt, you know. Alright. New moon, July 23rd. So we can see July 23rd was over the weekend. So I'm going to put it in between the 22nd and the 24th. Alright, next cycle. A full moon, July 8th. Full moon in Capricorn. July 7, 9. Alright, it happened over the weekend. 7, 9, 7, 9, so 8. July 8th is what we're looking for, but it happened right in this time period. We can see a very nice correction in the market happened at that time. And then the cycles of the moon almost act as a grid that keeps the trend going in place. That's what I've noticed. But let me hear what you guys think about it in the comment section. Comment below what you guys think about this. If I'm just talking a bunch of crazy stuff, or if there is actually something to this. So, next one is new moon in Cancer, June 23rd. And I know there's something to this. I already know. I have it all figured out. Not all of it, but quite a good sum of what's going on here figured out. So, June 23rd. /22nd, 23rd is right here. All this is in the 23rd. All these candles. Next one is a full moon I believe it is June 9th. Yep. Full moon June 9th. Here was the next full moon. You can see down here, the 9th. Just so you guys see, I'm not putting them in places they're not supposed to be. Everything is in line here. Next cycle would be the new moon, May 25th. It is a new moon in Gemini. May 25th. Okay, you can see May 25th right here in correlation with the continuation of that uptrend. And then it looks like the full moon created that correction, maybe drove the buyers out of their positions in fear, and the sellers took over. Remember, all the full moon and the new moon cycles represent are emotional fluctuations of the market participants. So there's obviously going to be more fluctuation, more volatility in the market during these times. The next cycle is May 10th. Full moon, May 10th. A full moon in Scorpio. May 10, right here. May 10. Lines up perfectly with this W formation, double bottom. Perfect correlation right here. But who knows? It might be a coincidence or something. We'll keep going. Next is a new moon in Taurus, April 26th. April 26th. Next is April 11, full moon in Scorpio. April 11. April 11, right here. Right there. You see it right there? 11. April 11. Okay. Next is a new moon New moon March 27th, a new moon in Aries. March 27. 27, correct? Yep. That nice little retracement right there. Next we have a full moon in Virgo, March 12th. March 12, 2017. March 12. As you guys can see, it probably happened over the weekend. 10, and then 13, 10, 11, 12, 13. But anyway, it happened right there. Oops, no, right in here. Next is a new moon, February 26th. New moon in Pisces. Alright, this is the 27th. This is the 24th. The 26th, right here. New moon. Next we have the full moon, February 10th, full moon in Leo. So here's the 8th, the 9th, and then the 10th is right here. Next is January 27th, a new moon in Aquarius. January 27. Alright, here we have the 27th of January. Right there. Perfect. Beautiful. Next is a full moon, January 12th. Full moon in Leo, January 12th. So here's January 12th right here. The 12th. We'll put it right there. Next is New moon in Capricorn, December 29th. New moon in Capricorn, December 29. December 29, right here. Next is a full moon in Gemini, December 13. Full moon in Gemini. Alright, right here, December 13. There was that consolidation, and then days after that full moon, a lot of volatility. Okay, I believe that we outdid ourselves. This is what we're looking at now. This is what we're left with. This is what the graph looks like. Pretty crazy, right? These are the lunar cycles, you guys. And now, it's almost as if we can just connect the dots. Right? Crazy. The lunar grid. What do you guys think about this? Am I seeing things, or is something up? Is this real? Does the moon actually affect or correlate at all with corrections in price or movements, the movement of price? To me, I mean, looking at this, there's, out of all the moon cycles we looked at here, how many did we look at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I believe that was 20. Out of 20 lunar cycles, one of them caused a major reversal. 2, or a retrace, a continuation. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe you could call these 8. This one's definitely a major continuation. 9. Small retracement, not much. 10. 10, maybe we could call this one 11. A few days after, there was a retracement. Just about half, almost half of these cycles occurred, and a major retracement or reversal happened half the time. So that's telling you guys that, maybe you should look up more often. Maybe maybe it's designed that way. Maybe society has been designed in a way that we don't pay attention to these things anymore for a reason, because they tell us the truth. Because there's truth in everything. But yeah, that's really all I have for you guys on Astro trading for today, as it is a new interest of mine as well. It is a new concept to me even. But still, I will be sending out a lot of content related to this in the future. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you would like to learn more about this, join our chat room at forexcommunity.online. You can type that in the browser right here. And before I leave, I'd like to show you guys Euro US dollar. Check this out. I actually have the cycles graphed out for you guys, so you could see the new moon and the full moon, and I even have the solar eclipse in there. But it's very, very telling, you guys. Very telling. We got to pay attention to these things. Learn more. Stop paying attention to what they want you to pay attention to. What they glorify. What is that? All these foolish tools that they give us that are just distractions from what's the truth, what's been hidden from us this entire time. All these different, patterns, fib retracement, gone box, I don't know, all this crazy stuff, when it's right in front of you. The key is price, and it's right in front of you. So let me remove these little lines. Buy the new moon going with the trend. Buy the full moon going with the trend. Sell the new moon as it is hitting the ceiling, as it is hitting the top of the trend line here. Then buy the new moon as it's waiting to get to the next cycle, which correlates with the bottom of the trend line here. And that's really how you gotta just look at it, you guys, going with the trend. And if the trend is coming to a pattern that you recognize, for example, here's a perfect example, you guys. Big fat M. We could see the trend it looks exhausted. Doesn't look like it's going to go above the 1.21. So what happened? There was a new moon September 20th. Remember, we marked that on gold. New moon September 20th. What happened? Big fat crash. Look at that. Mini head and shoulders pattern. A little head and shoulders pattern. This is the micro being expressed. And then here is the macro being expressed. Here is the inside of that. Here we can see the new moon and then the head and shoulders right here, the macro head and shoulders, the right shoulder of the head and shoulders correlated with the new moon, and that's why we have this massive volatile spike here. It also has a lot to do with the elite and how they know what's going to happen before it happens by using astrology and the cycles and whatnot. They already know that you guys are going to get emotional at this date, and the buyers are going to stop. They're going to stop buying. They're going to get fearful, and they just use the media to heighten the fear state, and all this. It's all connected, you guys. I'm going to start, like I said, I'm going to start a video series. It's probably going to be called How to Escape the Retail Matrix. It's going to have a lot of all this, everything I'm talking about, a little bit of everything I've talked about is going to be in this series. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, learned something. Maybe I blew your mind. Maybe it's worth a like, subscribe. Other than that, thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out.